attempting to harm its home and gouge out its eyes. Welcome back to another Celebrity Sweets. The new Fantastic Beasts movie, Crimes of Grindelwald, comes out tomorrow, and this is the second movie in this series of Fantastic Beasts. Now, there are so many different characters and so many different beasts in this movie. My favorite are the Bowtruckles. Bowtruckles. It's a tree guardian creature found mainly in the west of England. It eats insects and is peaceable and intensely shy creature. NEWT'S Scamander, the main character, carries around a suitcase which holds all of these fantastic beasts. So today I thought we'd make something inspired by that. We are going to be making some surprise inside ice cream sandwiches to look like NEWT'S suitcase. So the things you'll need to make these ice cream sandwiches will be your favorite ice cream. I just got some double fudge brownie here, continuing with our chocolate theme. 2 2/3 cups of flour, 2/3 a cup of cocoa powder, 2 large eggs, but we'll only be using the yolks, 1 1/2 sticks of butter, 1 cup of granulated sugar, a tablespoon of milk, half a teaspoon of salt, and whatever you want to fill your ice cream sandwiches with. I've got some green sanding sugar and some green jimmies because I thought these looked like Bowtruckles. The first step that we want to do is to flatten our ice cream. Over here I've got our ice cream, a scoop, and a pan. This is a 9 by 13 inch pan that I've lined with some parchment paper. And I've let the ice cream get soft so we can scoop it out onto the pan. Dump all of the ice cream onto the pan, and using a spatula or a spoon, or if you have a niffler, that might do the job, smooth it out. So I just flattened all of our ice cream and smoothed over the top, but as you can see it's starting to melt, so now I want to pop this into the freezer for about 30 minutes to set up. Our ice cream is chilling in the freezer, and now in a large bowl, cream together your butter and sugar with a mixer. If you're a wizard, you can use a wand, but us muggles have to use a mixer. Our butter and sugar is creamed, and now we want to crack in our eggs. This is probably the closest thing that I can get to magic, because we just want the yolks, so we've got to separate them using the jiggle method. I don't know if it's called that. Crack the egg on the side of the bowl, jiggle the egg, letting the whites fall into a separate bowl, and the yolk goes into our big mixing bowl. Once you've added both of your egg yolks, mix it up. Once the mixture is this bright yellow color, kind of the color of Hufflepuff, take the closest thing to a wand a baker has, the spatula, and scrape down the sides. This will help to incorporate all of the ingredients. After you've scraped down the sides, now we want to add in all of our flour, cocoa powder, and salt. Beat our dough until it forms light crumbles. Then we want to add in our milk. Once the dough has come together, now we want to divide it in two and wrap it in some saran wrap. Well, once you've wrapped up the dough, they kind of look like they have invisibility cloaks on right now. We want to pop these into the fridge for 30 minutes to chill. So our dough has chilled for 30 minutes, and now it's time to roll it out. Over here I've got the dough, and I lightly dusted our countertop with a little bit more cocoa powder. And over here I've got a rolling pin to help us roll these out. So once you've rolled out the dough to be about 1/8 of an inch thick, then it's time to cut out these cookies. Over here I've got a rectangle cookie cutter. Remember, you'll need 2 cookies for every ice cream sandwich, but make sure to make an extra one for the handle. Once you've cut out all of your cookies, over here I've got a baking sheet lined with parchment paper and a spatula. Now we want to put all of our cookies onto the baking sheet. All of our cookies are cut out and put on the pan, except one, and that's going to be for the handle of the suitcase. To make this handle, take one of your already cut rectangles and a smaller rectangle cookie cutter, and cut out the inside. Then, using a knife, cut it in half. All of our cookies are cut out, and now there's one last thing we have to do before we can pop these into the oven, and that's to take a fork and poke holes into the cookie. Poke holes up and down the whole cookie and the handle. This makes sure that the cookie doesn't rise in the oven. So our cookies have all of the holes poked in them, and now we want to put this in the oven at 350 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes. Our cookies are out of the oven, and I've given them about 5 minutes to cool, and they're nice and ooey gooey still. So now it's time to assemble everything. Over here I've got our ice cream that has chilled and it's smooth, and over here I've got our different types of sprinkles. Again, I'm using green ones because I like the little Bowtruckles, but you can use whatever Fantastic Beasts you'd like. I've also got a big rectangle cookie cutter. This is the same one we used to cut out the cookies. This is going to help us to cut out the ice cream. And I've also got a tiny one for our surprise cavity. To assemble these, start by taking one of your cookies and flip it upside down. This will become the bottom. Cut out a rectangle of your ice cream and place that on top. Then cut out a little hole in your ice cream and sprinkle in your jimmies and your sanding sugar, or whatever fantastic beasts you would like. Cover it with the top ice cream sandwich cookie and insert the handle about halfway through. And here we have them, our NEWT'S Scamander themed ice cream sandwich suitcases that we made today, that we filled with surprises in honor of the new Fantastic Beasts Crimes of Grindelwald movie, which comes out tomorrow. You can add whatever Fantastic Beasts you'd like to the inside of yours. Again, I just added Bowtruckles because I think they're so cute, even though they're kind of devilish. If you happen to make these, please share them with me on Instagram @CelebritySweets. And if you have any other requests for another Celebrity Sweets, please leave it down in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any sweet content. Until next time, savor life and make it sweet.